Guys, thank you, Doug, for the introduction. Again, my name is Alex Schiff. I'm a junior at the Ross School of Business, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Fetchnotes. So let's meet Jill. She is a recent graduate of the University of Michigan, getting her first start in a career in marketing. She comes into contact with a lot of information on a day-to-day basis, a contact, a blog post idea, personal things like a grocery list. She needs a way to get that information down easily in a way that she can act on it later. But it's not just her, it's also her roommate, Jane. Jane has the very same sets of problems. She needs a way to get this information down either for her own workflow or to get it to the people that she needs to get things done with. And it's not just her either, it's her coworker, her boss, whoever you want to put this on, John. He has the very same sets of issues, and as you can see, he's not very happy about it. Zoom out and you have this big, gigantic mess. And that's the problem that we're trying to address here at Fetchnotes. It's note-taking. While the applications that exist in this market right now really focus on class notes, meeting minutes, agendas, recipes, the notes that we interact with on a daily basis might only be a couple words. Yet the interfaces look a little bit like this. So what are we doing to solve this problem? Well, first, we want to be simple. That's why we've employed Twitter-style tags, hashtag to organize your notes, and allow you to text message in your notes, which is great because that's what people are already doing. How many of you guys have ever texted yourself a reminder, emailed yourself something, a draft? Exactly. Everyone's done it at some point. And so that's really important that we hit that right off the bat. And if we've been complimented on anything so far, it's been the simplicity of our interface. Next, we know that in order to be successful, we need to be everywhere that you are. So we're focusing on pushing out native mobile applications, desktop applications very soon. Right now, you can text in your notes and have it stored in the web application, and obviously add things through the web app as well. And lastly, this sounds kind of obvious, but instead of giving you features like, oh, you can share things via Facebook and Twitter and things like that, we want to give you useful integrations and functionality. We want to push your notes to the people and the products that you use on a daily basis. So just like we use hashtags to organize your notes, we use @tags to share them with groups or individuals, and we can also push those notes into other products and services using their APIs. How are we making money off this? Well, we're using a freemium model. We're going to give the applications away for free and then charge a premium subscription for certain functionality like being able to text in your notes, call them in, having unlimited groups, things like that. So let's talk about customers, and I think Dimitri did a really good job of talking about needing to find that customer early on. And we were in luck that Fetchnotes actually came from a course at the University of Michigan, the Entrepreneurship Practicum, taught by Doug and Nathan Stoll from Aardvark. And this is all we did for several months, was talk to customers. Fetchnotes actually came from an idea that I had for an ideas marketplace. What if you could buy and sell ideas? Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, it would be cool if someone wanted to buy an idea, and no one does. And that's what I found by talking to people. And then what we really found was that there's this really big problem with capturing information, and that's what we pivoted in about March. We found that there's kind of three groups of people that are interested, and that's the getting things done crowd, and this is really just a proxy for people who really care about personal productivity. You know, it's your friend who uses like a project manager to organize their life. But the thing is that we're not trying to be that. We're trying to be the easy, efficient solution for that. And these types of people care about shaving seconds off of their workflow. Next is more demographic, and young tech-savvy professionals, people in business, people that come into contact with a lot of information, people who have a lot of ideas. This is more demographic than anything, but I will point out that the getting things done crowd that I mentioned previously tends to shift a little bit older. And then finally, groups and teams, whether this is student organizations, schools, companies. We are actually in talks with our first potential customer to install Fetchnotes for their clients. So what's it like being a student entrepreneur? It is not like that movie at all. No, it's a little bit like this. Except it's not so much like that because you don't get much sleep. Your life is kind of like that. Your life revolves around your startup company. It's all you think about on a day-to-day basis, and your friends will, it's like, hey, why don't you come out with us tonight? Why don't you hang out with us? And you get kind of a sick pleasure in being a workaholic. But the really good thing is that, especially being a business school student, I've gotten a chance to apply a lot of what I've learned in my classes. Whether it's marketing, accounting, finance, I've gotten a chance to apply this in a real-world setting, and this has supplemented my education in a way that no other experience possibly could have. But the other thing is you get to learn things that no one teaches you in school, whether it's business or engineering. You learn how to open doors for yourself, and this is, without a doubt, the biggest skill that you can possibly have as an entrepreneur. No one is going to open doors for you and make favors. Yes, the entrepreneurial community is very nice. They will make introductions, but on a whole, if you need to get to a potential customer, whether it's an organization or a person, you need to be able to feel comfortable reaching out to them. I get made fun of a lot because I email people like crazy, whether it's like a blog post that I found interesting and I just want to say hi, make a connection, whether I'm using someone's product and I just want to give them feedback. Giving feedback on other people's startups is a great way to make connections with entrepreneurs, but you need to know how to hustle. You need to know how to bust down doors for yourself. So just some final words of the naive and unwise. I kind of wear my naivete on my shoulder because I'm 20. People are going to think I have no idea what I'm doing anyway, so why not use it? First, the ability to learn is so much more important than experience. The people on our team, maybe one of them had actual experience with the language, with the framework that they were using for, and this is just in programming, but our biggest hiring philosophy is hire people who have the passion for what we're doing and who have the passion to learn and grow with our organization, rather than finding someone who's like, oh, that's an iOS developer, or oh, that person can do desktop development. Find people that you can work with and that you wouldn't mind spending a 24-hour hackathon with. That's the rule of thumb that we use. You don't need to pay any dues. And this is something that is very dear to me because I actually had a conversation with my uncle earlier in the summer. And we were talking about my startup, and kind of midway through my sentence, he cut me off and he's like, Alex, what are you doing? You need to pay your dues. You need to go get a real job. You need to work for a few years, and then maybe after that you can start your own company. And so after this, I wrote a blog post called Why I Didn't Get a Real Job. And it actually got a lot of hits. It kind of took off on Hacker News with a little bit accidentally even. And what I really said is, I'm learning everything on the fly, but I'm learning, and I'm picking up more skills than I would in any possible job or internship. What other experience allows you to get your hands in every aspect of running a business? Nothing. And the best time to start a business is right now, when you have a completely fresh perspective. Just go for it. Next is decide if you want a project or a company. And there is a big difference, and it doesn't appear that way early on. A project is something that you come together with a couple of friends. You're like, this is a really cool idea. This could make money. This is going to make up millions of dollars and have millions and millions of users, and we're going to take over the world. But when it comes down to, you start talking to people, they don't really like it. You have to pay for a few things. You have to pay for a lot of things and spend a lot of money. Then, the commitment starts to wane a little bit. With a company, it is your baby. You will do anything to make that thing succeed. That doesn't mean that you will not be willing to fail. That doesn't mean that you'll be kind of stuck with your idea. It means that you are so committed that you will make anything work. And lastly, just do it. Playing off Nike here. You will learn everything on the fly. There is nothing that can prepare you for being a startup founder. You have absolutely no experience right now, but like I said, just take every day as it comes. And especially as a first-time founder, when I was talking to people, how could I expect anyone to have experience when I didn't have any myself? But we've been just fine, and we're all doing this for either our first time or our first time at least in this space, and we're doing all right. We just crossed 1,000 users today. And yeah, so it's going pretty well. Thank you. But that's the thing. If I can do it with no experience whatsoever, so can you. Thank you.